Episode 1. The Mysterious Arrival. In a picturesque village known as Willowbrook, nestled between rolling hills and lush meadows, life moved at a tranquil pace. The villagers, a close-knit community, celebrated their simple joys, from the blooming of wildflowers to the annual harvest festival. Each day was a page from an idyllic storybook, and the villagers cherished the familiarity of their surroundings. But on one fateful evening, the serenity of Willowbrook was disrupted by a spectacular event. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden hue over the village. As dusk settled in, the night sky began to sparkle with stars, and the villagers prepared to enjoy a calm evening by their hearths. Then, a brilliant flash of light illuminated the horizon, catching the attention of anyone who happened to be gazing skyward. A trail of fire streaked across the heavens, followed by a tremendous explosion that echoed through the hills. The villagers looked up in awe, unsure of what they were witnessing. Whispers filled the air, and excitement coursed through the village like wildfire. Folks left their homes and gathered on the village square, their faces reflecting a mix of fear and fascination. Among the crowd was a curious young girl named Eliza, with wide eyes and an insatiable sense of wonder. The source of the commotion was revealed when, on the outskirts of the village, in a dense copse of ancient trees, a strange object had crash-landed. The impact had gouged a crater into the earth, and the woods were now ablaze with a surreal, eerie light. The villagers, driven by a mix of curiosity and trepidation, ventured into the woods to investigate. They found a sight that defied explanation. Nestled within the smoldering crater was a massive, metallic object, half buried in the earth. It resembled a celestial vessel, one that had journeyed from the depths of the cosmos to this tranquil village. Eliza stood among the hushed crowd, her heart pounding as she gazed at the otherworldly visitor. The village elder, a wise and gentle man named Alistair, stepped forward. He was known for his unwavering composure, a steady hand guiding the village through the passage of time. Alistair approached the enigmatic craft, his footsteps echoing in the silence. He reached out a weathered hand to touch its surface, feeling the strange, cool metal under his fingers. The villagers watched with bated breath, unsure of what this encounter meant. Just as he touched the vessel, it emitted a low hum, and a panel on the craft slid open, revealing a radiant, pulsating crystal. The crystal's glow was unlike anything they had ever seen. It seemed to hold the entire cosmos within its facets, shifting from deep blues to vibrant purples. Eliza, who had moved closer to the spectacle, couldn't tear her eyes away from the crystal's mesmerizing beauty. It felt as if the entire universe had been distilled into this one, radiant gem. A sense of awe enveloped the onlookers, and they could feel the crystal's power. Alistair stepped back from the vessel, his eyes filled with a mix of reverence and apprehension. He turned to the gathered villagers and spoke, his voice quivering with a blend of wisdom and uncertainty. "Dear villagers," he began, "we have been visited by an extraordinary entity from the cosmos. This is a moment of profound significance for our village. We must tread carefully, for we are faced with mysteries that could change the course of our lives." As the night wore on, the villagers gathered in the woods, their homespun lanterns casting a warm, golden glow against the alien vessel. Their discussions were filled with both hope and trepidation. What did the crystal hold? Why had it come to their humble village? And what were the secrets it could reveal? Eliza, her imagination ignited by the cosmic beauty before her, could hardly sleep that night. She had a feeling that their lives in Willowbrook were about to take an extraordinary turn. The mysterious arrival had brought both wonder and uncertainty, and the path ahead was as enigmatic as the celestial visitor that now graced their village. And so, as the night unfolded, the village of Willowbrook embarked on a journey into the unknown, driven by a desire to understand the mysteries of the universe and the story that had just begun with the arrival of the meteor. Episode 2. The Enigmatic Meteor. The villagers of Willowbrook gathered in hushed excitement around the strange meteor that had crash-landed in the woods near their quaint village. The previous day had been filled with curiosity and wonder, as people from all walks of life had flocked to the site, drawn by the inexplicable event. Yet, as the sun set and the night's darkness enveloped the meteor, the villagers couldn't resist their natural curiosity. They returned to the site with torches and lanterns in hand, ready to unveil the mysteries concealed within the otherworldly visitor. Among the crowd were Sarah and John, childhood friends who had grown up in Willowbrook. They had shared many adventures together and now found themselves side by side, drawn to the luminescent glow emanating from the meteor's heart. As they approached, they realized that the meteor wasn't just an ordinary rock from the heavens. It bore an eerie, ethereal light, and as they inched closer, they discovered a small opening in the meteor's surface. With trembling hands, they carefully pried it open and, to their amazement, found a peculiar crystal nestled within. It radiated an otherworldly energy, casting prismatic hues in all directions. It was unlike anything they had ever seen. As Sarah and John picked up the crystal, they could feel its power. It pulsed with an irresistible urge to reveal hidden truths, to expose what lay beneath the surface. The villagers soon gathered around, entranced by the crystal's luminous display. Sarah and John, realizing the crystal's potential, decided to carefully harness its power for the benefit of the village. The following days were marked by both excitement and trepidation. The crystal's powers were undeniable, but as the villagers began to experiment with it, they soon realized that it had the ability to unveil secrets that had long been buried. It was as though it held the key to the innermost thoughts and hidden histories of every individual. Tensions began to rise as long-held grudges and long-buried secrets started to surface. Friends and neighbors found themselves confronting the truths they had long avoided. Some welcomed this newfound clarity as a path to reconciliation, while others resented the crystal for forcing them to confront their pasts. The village's wise elder, Mrs. Whitman, recognized the need for guidance. She gathered the villagers and shared stories of wisdom passed down through generations. She spoke of the importance of forgiveness and the healing power of truth. Her words resonated with many, but the crystal's revelations continued to cause strife among the villagers. Sarah and John, with the help of Mrs. Whitman, decided to form a council to regulate the use of the crystal. They established rules for its use, ensuring that its power was harnessed for the greater good and that the privacy of individuals was respected. It was a delicate balance between embracing the truth and protecting the fragile harmony of the village. The crystal's power was both a blessing and a curse. It illuminated the village's past and present, revealing the beauty of truth and the pain of hidden scars. Sarah and John, guided by Mrs. Whitman, found ways to use the crystal to heal rifts, rebuild trust, and encourage forgiveness. As time passed, the villagers began to understand that the crystal, while unsettling at first, had brought them to a crossroads. They could either let its revelations tear their community apart or use its power to strengthen their bonds and move forward with newfound unity. The crystal, once a source of tension, gradually became a symbol of hope and reconciliation. It served as a reminder that, though truth may be uncomfortable, it has the power to heal and bring people together. Willowbrook was on a journey of self-discovery, and the villagers were determined to emerge from it stronger, wiser, and more united than ever before. Episode 3. Unraveling Mysteries. As days turned into weeks and the mysterious crystal from the meteor continued to rest in the heart of the village, it became increasingly clear that its powers were not to be underestimated. The once unified village was now divided, torn between those who saw the crystal as a source of healing and those who sought to exploit its revelations for their own gain. The villagers who advocated for healing believed that the crystal had the potential to mend the deep-seated rifts and grudges that had plagued the community for generations. They saw it as a beacon of hope, a chance to unite a fractured village, and heal wounds that had festered for far too long. On the other hand, a faction of opportunists had emerged, driven by a desire for personal gain and the pursuit of their own hidden agendas. They saw the crystal as a tool to expose the secrets of their rivals, to settle old scores, and to wield power over their fellow villagers. Their intentions were less about unity and healing and more about control and dominance. Amidst this growing division, a group of young villagers led by an old and wise elder named Maestro embarked on a quest to uncover the origins of the mysterious crystal. Maestro was renowned for his knowledge of the village's history and its oldest legends. He believed that understanding the crystal's true nature was the key to resolving the conflict that threatened to tear their village apart. The journey was not an easy one. The group of youngsters, including a bright and adventurous girl named Ilara, a brave and resourceful boy named Theron, and a gentle but inquisitive child named Lena, set out into the heart of the forest where the meteor had landed. Guided by Maestro's wisdom and the lore passed down through generations, they hoped to find answers that could bridge the gap between their divided fellow villagers. Their expedition took them through dense forests, across rushing streams, and up the slopes of the hills that encircled their village. Along the way, they encountered ancient relics and deciphered cryptic inscriptions on stones that had long been ignored. Maestro's guidance and the children's unwavering determination pushed them forward in their quest for understanding. As they ventured deeper into the woods, the group faced challenges that tested their unity. There were moments of doubt and fear, but their shared goal and the wisdom of the elder kept them on course. Together, they uncovered legends of a time when their village was founded by a group of travelers who were seeking refuge from a world filled with conflict. These travelers had carried with them the crystal, which they believed possessed the power to bring about unity and peace. Their discovery brought them to a hidden grove in the heart of the forest, where they found an ancient tree with roots that seemed to cradle the crystal. It was here that they encountered the spirit of a long-forgotten village elder who had been tasked with safeguarding the crystal. The spirit revealed that the crystal's purpose was indeed to heal, but its magic was intertwined with the collective will of the village. The spirit's message was clear: the crystal's power would manifest as either a force for good or a tool for discord, depending on the unity and intent of the village. The crystal alone could not bring harmony. It required the villagers to come together, to forgive, and to use its power for the greater good. With newfound understanding, the group of young villagers returned to their community, eager to share what they had learned. Maestro and the children stood before the divided villagers, recounting their journey in the revelation about the crystal's true nature. The villagers listened, and as the message of unity and forgiveness began to resonate, the atmosphere in the village shifted. It was a turning point, a moment when they realized that the power to heal their wounds lay within themselves, not just within the crystal. The events of that day marked the beginning of a transformation in the village. Slowly, the divisions started to heal, and old grievances were set aside. The villagers decided to use the crystal's powers not to expose one another's secrets, but to strengthen the bonds that held them together. In the end, it was the wisdom of an old elder, the courage of a group of determined youngsters, and the lessons learned from the mysterious meteor that helped the village take its first steps toward unity and healing. The journey to understand the crystal had brought them closer to the realization that their collective will and intent were the true source of their village's strength. The path to harmony was long and challenging, but the villagers were determined to walk it together. Episode 4. Rebuilding Trust. With the revelation about the crystal's true nature and the importance of unity, the village embarked on a journey of rebuilding trust and healing old wounds. The divisions that had torn the community apart for generations had left deep scars, but the newfound understanding of the crystal's power served as a catalyst for change. The villagers began by acknowledging the pain they had caused one another and extending genuine apologies. A sense of shared responsibility for the healing process emerged, and they collectively decided to create a Truth and Reconciliation Council. This council provided a safe space for villagers to share their grievances, express their feelings, and work towards forgiveness. As the villagers opened up and shared their stories, they realized that they had all been affected by the long-standing divisions in some way. The process of reconciliation was difficult, and there were moments of anger and frustration, but the knowledge that they were working towards a common goal kept them focused. The council also decided to use the crystal's power to promote transparency and unity. They implemented a unique tradition where villagers would voluntarily reveal one truth about themselves each day, fostering an environment of honesty and vulnerability. The crystal's energy was harnessed to support this tradition, helping villagers find the courage to speak their truths and seek understanding. Over time, the village began to transform. Walls that had separated families and friends were torn down, and a newfound sense of togetherness emerged. The children, inspired by their elders' commitment to change, led initiatives that brought different generations together. The community garden flourished as villagers of all ages worked side by side, tending to the land and nurturing bonds of friendship. In the spirit of unity, the villagers decided to organize a grand festival to celebrate their reconciliation. The festival showcased their shared culture, traditions, and the talents of their people. It was a joyful and colorful event that demonstrated how much they had achieved in rebuilding their sense of community. The episode ended with a powerful image, villagers dancing together under the moonlight, embracing one another with smiles of genuine warmth. The crystal, nestled in the heart of the village, radiated a gentle, healing energy that had become a symbol of their collective journey towards reconciliation and trust. Episode 5. The Enigmatic Journey. The village's transformation reached its zenith, and harmony had been firmly restored. However, the village elders couldn't ignore the lingering mystery of the meteor and the crystal's origins. They were determined to uncover the truth behind the celestial visitor and its extraordinary powers. Maestro, Ilara, Theron, Lena, and a small group of curious villagers gathered to discuss their next steps. They knew that the meteor held secrets that had yet to be unveiled, and the desire to explore the enigmatic journey of the crystal became a shared passion. Guided by the stories passed down through generations, the group initiated a quest to trace the meteor's trajectory back to its source. They embarked on a journey that took them through ancient forests, across rivers, and to the peaks of mountains that had stood witness to the meteor's arrival. Along the way, they encountered peculiar markings etched into the rocks and strange flora that seemed to thrive on the crystal's energy. The meteor's path seemed purposeful, as though it had been drawn to their village with a specific intent. As the villagers ventured deeper into the uncharted territories, they stumbled upon a hidden cave, shrouded in mystery. It was within this cave that they discovered ancient inscriptions and artifacts, seemingly left by a civilization from eons past. The inscriptions told the story of a celestial wanderer and its journey through the cosmos, guided by the spirit of unity and healing. The cave's walls were adorned with illustrations that depicted the meteor's arrival and its interaction with the crystal. They realized that the meteor was not just a chance event but a celestial being sent on a mission. The meteor's energy had been harnessed by the crystal to fulfill its purpose of uniting and healing. The final revelation came as they encountered a chamber deep within the cave, where the meteor's essence remained. It was here that they saw a vision of a long-forgotten civilization brought together by the crystal's power, healing their deepest divisions and forging a harmonious existence. With newfound wisdom and the realization that the meteor was an agent of unity, the villagers returned to their home with a sense of wonder and gratitude. They understood that the meteor and the crystal were gifts from the cosmos, carrying a timeless message of healing and togetherness. The village's celebration took on a new dimension as they honored the meteor and the crystal, acknowledging their role in the village's transformation. The crystal, now regarded as a beacon of cosmic wisdom, continued to shine with an otherworldly glow. As the episode concluded, Maestro and the young adventurers stood before the crystal, feeling a deep connection with the celestial journey that had brought them to this point. The villagers gazed upon the crystal with a newfound appreciation, recognizing that they were part of a story that stretched far beyond their own lives. The story's final scene was marked by a sense of awe and curiosity as the villagers pondered the mysteries of the cosmos and the limitless possibilities that lay beyond their small corner of the universe. The meteor's enigmatic journey had left them with a profound sense of wonder, inspiring a quest for knowledge and unity that would continue for generations to come.